Folks, we have the hardest working man in media, Don Lemon, and he's Don Lemon on the streets. He's actually in there in Chicago talking to people, and I have him here to promote his fantastic show. And we're going to talk about what it's like to resist ICE. We're going to talk about this, my words, Trump's Gestapo terrorizing just innocent people trying to live their life in Chicago. We're going to talk about Don Lemon pissing off the right wing for, just dropping some truth bombs about the problem of angry white terrorists and extremists, men. And then also we're going to talk about the media and how it's broken right now. But Don, welcome, sir.
I'm here because I want to talk to you, but I also love what you're doing. And you have always been out front in pissing people off, but you're pissing people off by telling the truth and people don't want to hear it. They also, can I go there?
Go there.
Everyone wants to, oh my God, I wouldn't say it that way, or this kind of language or whatever. You got to piss people off. I'm tired of all the niceties. Now, I won't say this because that'll get me in trouble, but maybe I'll say it. All right, I'll just say it. I think that these are the times that the Second Amendment was written for.
Damn.
And when you have a government, a tyrannical government that is taking over the streets and not abiding by the Constitution, that's the whole idea what the Second Amendment was meant for, was written for. That's what's happening right now. So I'm surprised the right wing isn't up in arms saying, oh my gosh, we have a tyrannical government that has military out on the streets against its own citizens. We need to believe in the Second Amendment. We need to believe in states' rights. What happened to smaller government? What happened to don't get into my business? Let me deal with my business because I'm a conservative. They're the ones who would be outraged. Imagine if this was on the left. What the hell would be happening? So I say, perhaps people who are having to deal with this, the least of these, the citizens who are being scooped up, the American citizens who are being scooped up, perhaps they need to really figure out what the Second Amendment is really about and go out and do it legally and purchase some things, because you never know when someone's going to come to your house and knock on the door and try to take you away, even if you're an American citizen. And I know it's happening because I interviewed people in Chicago who it happened to, and I know that they're American citizens because I saw their passports, their government IDs, and their social security cards. And when you came to their house, you didn't want to see it. I'm just saying.
No, and you know what? This has been happening throughout American history. And what I've been talking to folks about is first they came after black folks and people said, Then they came after undocumented people, said whatever. Then they came after pro-Palestinian activists, like maybe they're Hamas. Then they came after transgender folks, and we kept saying, you know what? A fascist comes for everyone at the end. And now you're seeing white skulls being cracked. You're seeing 79-year-old white men being thrown to the ground. You're seeing Kat Abu Ghazala, who's like 5 foot nothing, could pass for a white blonde girl, being completely manhandled by ICE. You're seeing kids being zip-tied. You're seeing Senator Padilla of California getting bum-rushed by ICE agents. Remember that? You're seeing them raise guns at Maxine Waters. You're seeing Mayor Baraka of New Jersey being arrested just trying to keep his community safe. And now we realize
in New York City, remember?
Yep. And you're seeing Brad Lander. And then the same place where Brad Lander got arrested just a couple of weeks ago, you saw that poor young woman who was just crying, pleading with the ICE officer, saying, just tell me where my husband is. And he had the cameras on him, Don. You saw it. And he tackled her. These people are working with impunity. They're masked. They're armed. They don't even give you their ID. And what I've been saying, Don, and I've been worrying about this for a while, this is a country with more guns than people. 400 million guns, right? And if these people keep working with impunity, what I warn about is there's going to be copycats, criminals who are simply going to be masked, say that they're ICE agents, and commit crimes. We've already seen that right now. And we know throughout U.S. history, folks, I know people might not like hearing this, but check it out. This happened in my hometown of the Bay Area. This type of assault, unlawful activity against black folks. So black folks said, okay, we got the Second Amendment. You all can carry arms. We're going to carry arms. Black Panthers started carrying arms. And what did this country do? Governor Ronald Reagan and the NRA, you know what they did, Don? They said, we need gun control. And they decided, wait, only the white men can carry guns and terrorize people. Oh, when's black folks doing it legally? Again, folks, legally. And they were just like, listen, we don't want to use this, but we're going to carry it. You can't put your arms on our women and our kids. Then they passed gun control in the United States of America. So, do you think, and this is just us teasing it out there, and because we also saw in Springfield, Ohio, because of Donald Trump and these racists deliberately promoting the hateful Nazi conspiracy theory of Haitians eating dogs and pets, and folks, they knew it was a lie. They still promoted it. You saw these Patriot Front groups and Nazis and all these right-wing groups terrorize the people. And what happened in Springfield, Ohio? You saw the black community, one man with a gun, making sure they were crossing the street peacefully. Is that what Chicago is going to devolve into, Don? Because you were there for 4 days.
Okay, so let me just say this. You're saying what I'm saying, and I just want to be very clear here. I am not condoning or promoting violence, but what I am saying,
no, we all know,
when those, but when those, and look, that should go without a caveat. And you know what? The folks on the right say it all the time, and and then they get promoted, and they still have platforms, and people are like, yeah, right, Second Amendment, I get to carry my gun. You know the whole thing. But the moment that you and I say it, because, a black and a brown brother, it's like, oh my gosh, what are they saying? Yeah, I'm saying, here's what I'm saying to black and brown people, to Mexican people, to people who are here legally and who can go and buy a gun legally and have a license to carry legally. Go do it. Why not? Go do it. It is your Second Amendment right. So I say to all the black households, go out and get your firearm and be safe with it and keep it in a safe place and teach your kids about how to use it safely or how to stay away from it safely when they're a kid. Go and do it. If you believe in the Second Amendment, if you believe in the Constitution, black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the border. Now, if you do it a number of times, then it becomes something else. But it is nowhere near the level of criminality that a 34-count a business documents or whatever it is, forgery or whatever it is, whatever that Donald Trump did. Is nowhere near the level of criminality. We have degrees of criminality in this country. And what Donald Trump did is at the highest level of criminality, except for taking someone's life. And someone who is crossing the border is nowhere near that. So go out, guys. Do what the Republicans say. Do what the right-wing folks say. Go get your gun. Do it legally. You have a right to carry it around with you. And then also, if you want to, carry the flag with it and your Constitution and say, this is America. This is my right as an American citizen, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm tired of all the mealy mouth. I'm tired of playing nice. I'm tired of people saying turn the other cheek. That's what got us into this position in the first place.
If you see a bunch of black and brown folks doing it in America, two things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to have the NRA say gun control now. And secondly, unfortunately, you're going to see a huge brouhaha on the right wing, accusing the rest of us of being criminals and terrorists and invaders and rapists and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the number one domestic terror threat in America for the past 10 years, nothing come close, is right-wing terrorism that intersects with white supremacist terrorism. Number one amount of plots, number one amount of victims. And furthermore, you mentioned something about the hypocrisy of cracking down on crime, and yet this is the most criminal administration. I think we should focus on that for a second, because Donald Trump and Stephen Miller have unleashed their own Gestapo, not in Mexico, folks. The border is now in Portland. The border is now in LA. The border is now in Chicago. The border is in DC. And the Supreme Court has given them a green light for racial profiling. These cities, these mixed ethnic cities with black mayors, it ain't lost on the rest of us. Portland, although is very white, but it resists. Closest friend of Jeffrey Epstein, as he is unleashing the Gestapo against innocent Americans in Chicago, and I want to know more about what people said, no one has explained, Don, why Glenn Maxwell in his minimum security camp getting all the perks. No one has explained why his border czar, Tom Homan, took $50,000 in an FBI sting. And when they ask Pam Bondi, where is the $50,000? She refuses to give the answer. And finally, nobody talks about, I talk about all the time, why did Donald Trump pardon 1,600 insurrectionists, including the violent ones who were convicted of a seditious conspiracy against the United States of America? So I'm with you. I don't play by the rigged game anymore. I don't do both sides. I call out the bullshit. Here you are, the most criminal entity in the entirety of the right wing that praises as your king and daddy, a man who incited a violent insurrection, pardoned them, and protects pedophiles, but you are comfortable unleashing ICE against innocent black and brown people. Miss me with that shit.
Courts are telling them that you can't do this, that you have to take certain people, certain members of the military off the streets. What are they doing? They're holding them there until they can appeal, and then another judge can say, okay, you can go, and then they have to do another judge. So they don't care. They're defying federal judges at this point. At some point, as citizens, you have to say enough already, because we have not. People say we're sliding into fascism. We're not sliding into fascism. We've careened into fascism. We are there now with someone who is doing everything they can to try to divert attention away from the Epstein file. What's in those damn files?
It hasn't. Israel already broke the ceasefire and killed Palestinians as of like an hour ago.
Well, see, now I didn't know that. I just finished my show a little bit. Are you serious?
Yeah. So Israel already.
It's there. I just got it. The note, as soon as you said that, came across from my producer, and it's being reported by Al Jazeera. Israel shoots dead at least 9 Palestinians in Gaza despite ceasefire. That's reporting. But until I see that happening, then I'm going to be a skeptic, because that's what I'm supposed to do as a journalist. Until I see a deal that treats the people of Gaza, the Palestinian people, fairly, for getting schools and roads and hospitals and infrastructure and libraries rebuilt, until I see some concrete evidence of that, and for some sort of restitution and some reparations to the Palestinian people, until I see that, then I don't believe that this is a peace deal. Nope. I think that this is just a pause in the fighting until someone else can come in and start bombing or start encroaching on land and territory.
So what ceasefire? There's already phase 5 starvation. Gaza has just been completely destroyed. And furthermore, Israeli officials, I'm sure you can play their tweets. They're openly saying, yeah, we're going to resume doing what we had to do after we get the hostages back. So everyone knew this was going to happen. Donald Trump got played yet again by Netanyahu. I just want to remind people, in the first administration, we had something. President Barack Obama did something that pissed off a lot of hawks. He did the Iran nuclear deal. Who blew it up, Don? Donald Trump. And remember, and then people said, oh, we should have probably kept that. But he was so vindictive towards black people and women. No, if Obama did it, I got to blow it up. And then who played Donald Trump a couple of months ago? Netanyahu, yet again. And Donald Trump almost took us to World War III. Bombed Iran, didn't even destroy the nuclear facility. And now, I've been saying it, folks, for 2 days. I was with Don. I said, if this holds, wonderful. I don't care. I want people to be safe. But I know these players. Donald Trump is going for his photo op. Donald Trump is pissed off he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, because who got it? Obama got it. And now, notice, Israel was smart. He goes, okay, we'll give you that, Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said, look at this peace deal. This is a man of peace. The Knesset gave him an applause because he's a child. They know about his ego. Donald Trump got his Time magazine cover that he's really pissed off about, which is hilarious. And a day later, folks, back to normal, because exactly what the Israeli regime wants. They are telling you, trust the evidence of your eyes and ears.
This guy.
I say what I want to say. I got a freedom of speech regardless of what Donald Trump thinks. I say the fuck I want to say.
What do you want to say to Donald Trump?
Fuck Donald Trump. Die from natural causes. Pam Bundy an idiot. Christy Nome ugly. Fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of our city. Basically, quit racial profiling people, and I just hate all this shit. I hate them.
Why is it pissing you off so much?
Because they racist. I know deep down it's all like some racist shit. You see this shit all over the news and all over the TV, seeing this dumbass shit they saying that day and all this dumbass shit they doing and shit. Once I rolled past here and saw people protest and shit, I don't know. I just want to be heard. They just some fucking idiots, man. I don't know. They ain't really no other way to put it. They racist. And they don't like me and I don't like them. And, they got a problem with a motherfucker like me, but they love Charlie Kirk. Like, what the fuck? Charlie Kirk's a piece of shit. I don't get no fuck. I got a job, too. I don't get no fuck. Dox me. You better not pull up where I be at. Charlie Kirk running around saying stupid ass, racist ass shit, all type of dumb ass shit. And they call him a patriot and he was a piece of shit. He was a racist. He said if he see a black pilot, he wonder is he qualified. He a piece of shit, bro. Like, he the one said that a couple gun deaths is okay for the Second Amendment. He said that shit. Then when he get shot, we all supposed to cry. He was talking shit the minute the bullet hit his neck. He still talking shit. His stupid ass wife still out here being racist and trying to throw Super Bowl shows. They dumb as hell, and Bad Bunny Puerto Rican. They don't even know he American. They just racist. Like, just see, oh, he's brown. I'm just racist, bro. So fuck all of.
Everyone, I got to tell you, Waj, it'll be very controversial. Everyone gets their turn at being the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't stand up for, you didn't stand up for the black folks, if you don't stand up for the brown folks who are being treated as the N-words, or the sand N-words as they call them, if you don't stand up for those folks, then you are eventually, no matter your color or gender, you're going to end up being the N-word in America, and they're going to yank your ass off the street.
You're the guest that you had on, who brought the receipts. He hit on the head. He used the R word, racism. And I said the two enduring sins of this country are white supremacy and capitalism, racism and greed. And he called it out. And I think the reason why people appreciated it, he didn't give an F. He said it straight. He brought the receipts, right? And I think it's racism. Racism, like, is the glue that connects everything, Don, because you look at it. You're unleashing the Gestapo. You're unleashing ICE against innocent people in Chicago. You brought the videos, innocent people in Portland, LA, DC, but you're perfectly fine protecting pedophiles like Ghislaine Maxwell. Stop playing a rigged game. You know, Don, before I let you go, I've been using this analogy. I used it on your show when it was on CNN. I said, this is the way MAGA operates. They're Lucy, and they have a rigged game, and they have the football, and they're going to lift the football. And all of America is like Charlie Brown, especially corporate media. Lucy, you promise not to lift the football this time? And Lucy looks at the camera and goes, he. No, I won't. And Charlie Brown runs, and what happens? She lifts the football, and he falls down on his ass again and again and again. And what I always said is, stop being like Charlie Brown. Stop playing their game. Stop entering their frame. It's rigged. You know, just tell them F you. F off. You know, I'm done with you. You're a racist. You celebrate racists. You don't like it? Hit dogs holler. Peace out. Organize the majority. The caravan moves forward. And I think that's the type of energy the rest of us need to bring. Don, thank you so much for your time, folks. Don Lemon Show is when? 6 p.m. tonight?
5 p.m. Eastern. I'm on every weekday, 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern live. And you can come and join the chat. I shout out people. I read their comments, like Kyle and the thing saying, Don is the shit. Don unleashed Allison Linger. I talk to people. So come join me over on the Don Lemon Show. I'm live on YouTube and also on the other platforms.
At 5 p.m., folks. Thanks, Don. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Waj. I'll see you later, buddy. Thank you.